Hi everyone, it's Shane.
Hi, this is Erin, and welcome to a very short edition of Everything EFL.
Bite-sized edition, if you will. Quick snack edition, sandwich edition.
Yeah, food for thought.
Oh,
See what I did then?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
okay.
Very clever.
Okay, so we thought it would just be very interesting to talk about what I would call sort of colloquial stuff. So, like, we're in Ireland, and there are definitely lots of Irishisms that are definitely not taught in the textbooks, but are very, very useful for spoken English. So, you know, we have a lot of students who stay in host families, and they would hear things, that they wouldn't find in textbooks. So, I think a really common example would be what I would call the Irish present perfect, whereas I would say I've just done something to talk about a recently completed action. You would say
I'm just after doing something.
Yeah.
So, okay, when you mean colloquial, just to clarify, we're not talking about words necessarily, like nouns or adjectives, because that kind of exists everywhere. You're talking about form.
Grammar, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There are little kind of differences. You've lived in Ireland for years as a British person, and I've lived in the UK for years as an Irish person. And yeah, I think we divide English into British and American, but it's actually a little bit more dynamic than that. Yeah, so I say, I am just after doing.
Yeah. And another one that I really love is I am and I amn't. I love that. It makes sense. Grammatically, it follows the rules. It makes sense. But of course, we wouldn't say that in any other country.
I would not say that though. I amn't. No, I would never say that. I remember, oh my God, my mum used to bring someone to school who's one of our neighbours. And she always said, I amn't hungry. And my mum used to always correct her grammar in the car, which is quite rude. But Irish people do say it. But I feel like that is just kind of wrong.
Well, I mean,
with English people sometimes go like we was over here and they was over there, and you're like, that is just wrong.
Yeah, but we say that. But am, I mean, it's not wrong in Ireland. It's a common spoken feature. So, but you'd never find that in a textbook. So it's something that I would sort of highlight with my slightly higher level students, you know, just for a bit of fun and just to let them know that the course book isn't everything.
Yeah, just for a bit of crack.
Yeah, bit of crack.
Bit of crack so everyone's grand.
Yeah.
One that you were discussing, and this one is probably the whole reason why we're doing this one is, mustn't and can't.
So to clarify, when we're talking about modal verbs of speculation, the books will tell you that if you're saying something negative like that can't be true, or he can't be right, you have to say can't, and you're not allowed to use mustn't.
Yeah.
But in Ireland, you use mustn't.
Absolutely, and I totally. That's when I really take issues with the books. I'm like, no, you absolutely can. So, for example, you must have seen him. Like, you must know him. You must know him. Like, you must have seen him yesterday. When we use and then that's in the affirmative and the positive, and then the negative is like, you can't have seen him. Whereas in Ireland, I go like, well, I mustn't have seen him. Like, she mustn't have known. We absolutely use that, and I was really shocked actually as a teacher. I had been teaching for about 6 years before I realised that is an Irish thing and is wrong.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think I was saying it in the teacher's room, and you were there, and you were like, no, it's an Irish thing. But I fundamentally am or amn't. I'm like, okay, fair enough, I'm on the fence with it. But mustn't, like, he mustn't have seen you.
Yeah.
Relax. It sounds perfectly correct to me.
Well, and then it is, So, our question to you really is, do you have any little colloquialisms like this in your language or speech that, how do you feel about teaching students? Would you highlight it to students or not? Why not? What levels, etc. So we'd love you basically to comment below when we post this pod, just for a little bit of discussion, really.
Yeah, essentially, is there any time we feel like the book's got it wrong? We feel like with some vocabulary, even pronunciation, they've got it quite wrong because it sounds like it's written by the Queen.
Yeah, and this is an issue that I think a lot of our Irish colleagues, including yourself, have an issue with. Like the pronunciation is usually in English, Southern English, like my accent, where we don't pronounce the R. So court, as in COURT, I would pronounce court, which would be the same as caught, which is the past of catch. So for me, those two words have the same pronunciation, but how would you pronounce them?
So, yeah, I caught the ball and I'm due in court tomorrow.
I'm due in court and I caught the ball. Yeah.
I caught the ball and I'm due in court.
Yeah.
Court. Yeah, it just has that heavier kind of sound. Interesting.
Yes.
Please comment below with any of your anything that I was gonna say any of your encounterments. Which is also not a colloquialism. That is what we call a Shaneism.
Shaneism, yes.
Shaneism is quite effective. Please share and subscribe. Thanks for listening.
Bye.